Well, hello, everyone. Well, this is a little darker than I intended. Hmm. Wonder why. Excuse me, kitty cat. I had another light over here. Must be the ubis of the tubis. Let's see what it looks like on the screen. Little cat, will you please not? She's like, I'm a kitty. I gotta show myself at the beginning of the dream. Well, I tell you this, little kitty, but being a pain in my butt. Yes, you are. Oh, not too bad. It could be a little bit better. Hello, Sky. Well, this is Zorabelle. She's 10 months old. Now you're surrounded by other cats, and her grandmother is sitting behind you. Her mother was here just as I was setting up the stream, but she ran off. I live on a farm, and I keep the girl cats inside, and I keep the boy cats outside to try to limit the number of cats. Hi, YTS. I was just thinking about you a little bit earlier. Yeah, I decided to stream on the new format and meet some new friends. Now, since you're here, I wanted to talk to some of my friends that's been here a long time because I'm thinking about a channel name. I mean, I am getting slandered all over YouTube and no one can say anything that I've done. So I'm thinking about changing the channel name from Roger Brown Reacts to Roger Brown Supervillain. Because, I mean, it's hilarious. I just became a mod for Trisha, and all of a sudden, supposedly, Trisha's sending me nude pics. And the funny thing is, dude, I have more contact with you than I do Trisha. You know, you and I at least DM. You know, Trisha I talked to on YouTube. And I think I left you a message, but it was just bullshit. It wasn't nothing important. Well, actually, escaping the point. If it was truth in advertising, it would be, because I was just sitting flipping through the lives, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty damn boring. I can see why I was getting really good numbers on the. This cat is deciding to nose me. I guess I gotta hold on for a minute before I talk show and play kitty. Her mother displays. Her mother, Richella, you know, normally does displays. You know, I hold her out on camera, and she kind of wants to do it, but she's never done it before. So I was kind of holding her out like I does her mother, and she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And she's a sweet, tiny cat and extraordinarily adventurous. Well, that's what I'm thinking about. It's just, you know, I wanted to throw it against people. I kind of thought about this one because new people coming in and how fucking boring the other lives were. I thought I'd do a show and tell because I don't have things prepared, but I've got interesting shit sitting all around this house. This is my combat baton. Now, my combat baton has a secret. Yes, like I say, my combat baton has a secret. If you twist my combat baton, it turns into a set of nunchucks. And you just slide it back down into here and screw it back in. So that way I have a legal combat baton whenever I want it. But whenever I want a set of nunchucks, it just takes slip. So it basically takes 3 screws. I never actually counted how many screws it takes, but yes, basically it takes 3 screws, and this turns in from a combat baton into nunchucks. Only thing I do is smoke weed. Now, offhand, I got about 14 cats. Now, there's about 6 more cats on the property that are just wild ferals. Now, there's the cat that fathered this kitten. I got to get rid of him because he's related to too many of the cats around here. So I've talked to a Amish dairy and they're going to take him. I live out in the middle of nowhere. I may see 1 to 3 people a month. That's it. I mean, other than that, I keep to myself. You know, I much don't like humanity because, well, most of humanity sucks, especially the women. Now, I used to never say that. Now, the funny thing is, most of my life, I would say women were the superior sex. But after doing drama community stuff for the last several years, Richella, come here. Chelsea, come here. You're late. Yes, you're late. See, she's late for her YouTube. This is the kitten's mother, Richella. And I'm not going to I was going to hold up the kitten real quick, but the kitten's decided to lick a part of her that, well, I just don't want to get near her right now. Let's just put it that way. I mean, could you, like, not lick your butt on camera? Just saying. I mean, the world's full of dumb shit. Now, that's one reason why I tuned out of it. Now, offhand, I'm on disability and I get paid in 1 hour and 17 minutes. Yes, in 1 hour and 17 minutes, my disability money will be on my card. And then someone will show up here in the morning and they will take me to a store. And what sucks is I normally get water, a huge tank, a gallon of water on the 1st. But unfortunately, it's going to rain all fucking tomorrow, so I'm going to have to set up another date for him to get my water. Hello, MJ. Well, Henderson, this cat would punish you. Just actually, this cat's just sweet as hell. Aren't you, honey? Like I said, the thing is sweet as can be. And as you can see, she completely trusts me because she's going to sit here and wash in my hands. But the cat typically stays in here and is on me. I usually put her in the other room to sleep because reasons. Well, she's stunted. Summer is tiny. And she got Richella's long and she got Summer's tiny. Now, Scarlett is Summer's granddaughter and half sister to this one. As you can see, she's fully big and round now. And this is my only inbred cat. Where people on the internet try to say, his cats are inbred. You know, I've got 14 cats and there's one inbred. And this is it. You know how people on the internet like to lie. But yes, I mean, it's hilarious. I'm being slandered all over fucking YouTube. And this is going to be hilarious because I'm going to fucking feed into it. And I'm going to put on a show. That is, now YTS, that is kind of what I wanted to, you know how I tend to sometimes give you a heads up. You know, that's what I wanted to let you know is that, you know, I'm getting slander at this point to where I'm going to make a show out of it. So that's why, because I'm not really going to be reacting to a lot, you know, so, you know, the theme of my channel has changed because you know how all of the crazy drama Herodins, they eat each other. They've decided that I'm to be picked on now, so I'm going to lead into it and let everybody laugh at them with me. Hello, MJ. Bianca's lovely. Now, where I was just talking about laying into junk, you know, leaning into it. Now, Bianca and myself, we have made jokes. Now, we've not got to do this in a long time since there really hasn't been much Boyd activity. But I mean, used to be, I mean, the two of us together could be quite scathing in chat. And poor Noodles would end up taking the worst of it. Well, yeah, I subscribed to the one guy today, you know, I saw in your post. And because I'm being vilified so heavily is why I didn't show up to your premiere today. Now, I've been watching a few lives, and I mean, I'm getting slandered. Ow. You see, she's playful. Oh, you want to get me? Okay, apparently we have to now work smart, not hard. Yes. Now, see, I will distract the cat. Hey, I have an actual. She wants to get me. She don't want to get. Okay, you want to get this now? You want to get this while I do YouTube? My flesh is funner than this. Really? I mean, I'm dangling the string above the cat, and she just wants to get my hand. It's a toy. I mean, this is what this is specifically for. Distracting the cat so I can do something. Now, I've never had to pull it on her, but it's like it's hypnotizing her. Now, I'm going to make a short with this cat doing that, and it's going to be funny because it's just going to hypnotize her because she don't know what to think of it. Do you? Now I completely lost my train of thought because, you know, my cat wasn't acting like a cat. So I'm like, is this like an alien clone or something? Because she ran outside today for a little while. And then I had to run after her and bring her in. Like I say, she's a silly little cat. But yes, oh yes, I am going to now be a supervillain. Oh yes, I remember my train of thought now. Now, people are on another live stream were saying Roger didn't come into Trisha's chat until after she was swatted. I mean, I'm the guy that clicked the screenshot to catch the person that was antagonizing in chat that the SWAT was coming. At the bottom of the screenshot, you can even see my account. I mean, they get so much shit so wrong about me. It is fucking hilarious. And I'm going to have a good time with it. I mean, I was a mod on Trisha's backup channel for a long time. When she went back to her new one, you know me, YTS, you know, I go where I'm needed. Where adventure calls. So when she went back to her main channel, I went back to my adventures. Well, actually, Cass, I will. Now, the thing is when I lie, it is so fucking rare. I mean, it could be like an event. You know, it's like a war happening. Because on Rich Life or Road Trips, now, one of the big trolls that I used to do when Rich Life had a court case, we were trying to gaslight him that it was a different day. It's just his lawyer called him the night before. And in that case, I did tell a lie. Now, that's the last time that I can think that I told a lie on YouTube. And I guess it's been a couple years. Well, you know, good luck for Rich. You know, on his 13th comeback. As long as he's not going around the earth chasing homeless women, trying to collect them like fucking Pokemon, he'll have no worry about me. But yes, Cass, now, once again, some of these people that are, now I wanted to caveat that, because some of these people slandering me, oh my, I mean, the whoppers they're telling about me, I'm going to tell some whoppers about them. Well, good to meet you, Miss Mayhem. Well, this has been a drama channel, but I also do characters and other fun shit. I am also generally an entertaining personality. I'm quite intelligent, and I can be totally an asshole. Yes, and this is Zora Bell. She's about 10 months old, and she is tiny for her size. And this is her mother, Richella. Now, as I said to others, usually she gets along for me and shit. You want to do the YouTube thing, honey? You want to do the YouTube thing? Yeah, okay, there we go. She looks at the camera. She's not into it today. Usually she stretches out. but she's just not really feeling it today. You know, if the cats really aren't feeling like performing, I don't bother them. Well, Cass, I mean, now, back when I was a young man, I mean, I used to do some horrible shit. But they put me on Xanax when I was a teenager, back when Xanax was a new drug. And I didn't handle it well. And it made me evil personified. And when I had seizures and they started putting me on Seroquel, that was worse than the Xanax. Agent, everyone cares. I mean, don't make me come to your house. Just saying. I'm an American. You don't want us coming to your house. I'm a quarter English. I'm a quarter Irish. I'm a quarter Scottish. And I'm a quarter Cherokee. I mean, there's a lot of... Now, the funny thing is I don't drink. But I mean, there's a lot of drunks in that genetic line. I mean, now, once again, it's just for bullshit. You know, I know extensively my family lineage. And we came to America in 1760 as an indentured servant. And after several years of indentured servitude, my ancestors became free men again. And they got their own land. And they began hacking down the wilderness. And then there was the American Revolution. And my family served under General Greene. And they were cavalrymen. And what they would generally do is go behind enemy lines and absolutely kill and steal everything. Yep. Now, in the Civil War, because my family came through Camden, South Carolina, and was in South Carolina and Georgia at the time, when the Civil War happened, my family fought for the South. That they did. Now, spoiler, the South did not win. Nope. But in that conflict, my family was under General Morgan, Morgan's Raiders. And once again, my family were cavalrymen. We would go behind enemy lines, kill and steal everything. You notice a theme here. Now, after the Civil War, my family was actually a plantation owner. The plantation was seized. Everything but the clothes on their back was taken from them, and they were thrown into the streets, and the plantation was broken up for the slaves. And my family came to Kentucky from there, and then began making whiskey for the government. And they did that for a long time. And that's when my family got into politics. Well, Agent, you care, you're here. I mean, I'm obviously interesting you. Now, once again, you do not hear a Southern accent because I was not born in the South. My family, well, my direct ancestor, my father, that to this day I am glad is fucking dead, went from Kentucky to Cincinnati, Ohio, with $25 in his pockets in the 1950s and got a job at General Electric. And then he was promptly drafted and sent to Korea. That was during the Korean War. Now, I was born during the Vietnam War. And I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. Well, Trisha we have a rogue mod on Trisha's channel. And Trisha, about every other day, unblocks everyone. So you should be unblocked on Trisha's channel now. Because I end up having to block the same 100 people over and over and over again from Paula and her lunatics. And Paula and her lunatics are the ones that are horribly slandering me. Like, I'm as clean as can be right now. But they'll say, you're dirty. I get 1,000 gallons of water a month for my place in a tank. And that once again, because I didn't have any running water once, they want to pretend like it's an all the time thing. And I show my cats because they try to gaslight that I abuse animals when, of course, I don't. My animals eat before I do. Well, yeah, YTS. I mean, generally you don't. If you're having a big live, I'm gonna be there if I can. Unless life has sucked me in the other direction. Because it's like on Trisha's channel, she's got plenty of mods. So, if there's a scheduling conflict between Trisha and you, I'm going to hop over to your stream because Trisha has plenty of mods. Well, usually now, if it's just one or here or there that they block over there, I just unblock them real quick and not disturb the show because that's what they're trying to do. But if they're coming in being a mass problem, that's when I've been telling chat, what's up with a rogue mod and that come in on another stock account and subscribe. Because people doing that will stop the rogue mod. Because if the rogue mod is helping the channel and not hurting the channel, the rogue mod will stop. So that's kind of a method behind the madness. Now, Trisha's not been doing anything wrong. She's not been exploiting herself. Now, I do have other friends on YouTube. And one of my YouTube friends is Born to Hula. And, I mean, now, once again, she's an adorable woman. And she's just trying to take care of her family. I mean, that definitely goes past Trisha, doesn't it? Now, I put that on a community post and I added Paula. Now, once again, Trisha does not just put tapes over her boobs in stream. Now, once again, Hula Girl is just hoping to get some views because she's broke. I mean, she's a mom with 2 kids and a piece of shit husband. And Trisha's trying to wing a car. I've not talked to Trisha about it, but it's real easy for me to do her math. I know how much she makes on disability, and she gained a car, so with that she gained gas and car insurance as a bill. So, yeah, I understand that Trisha's wanting to get those extra views. No one has to tell me that or collude. Now, they also gaslighted and lied today saying that I'm colluding with Trisha when I'm not. Paula also once again lied and said that or Trisha gave me her name. We'll go over here to Jeremy's mom's channel. And we go to her about page. And right there it says her name. Paula Gonzalez. Now, Paula Gonzalez went into her chat today and saying, truthfully, Trisha gave me her real name when it's right there on her channel in her about page. Description, a reaction channel. My name, Paula Gonzalez. State, North Carolina. And she went in her chat today and in front of 100 people lied through her teeth and said, I got her name from Truthfully Trisha. That Truthfully Trisha doxed her to me when it's right fucking there on her about page and it's been there for fucking years. So she obviously knows it. Let me get chat back up. Oh, this is interesting. I had a content removed from community guidelines. Now, you remember that now see, the thing is I added I just got a community guidelines complaint on my Walking Dude channel, and I know what it was over. And I don't care because I knew they were going to do nothing because I have never had a ding on that channel. Now, Paula and all of them reported me. So why don't we go over here and delete that now? But yes, on the Walking Dude channel, I got a guideline. It's not a strike, but it is basically, now under the old system, I would have got a strike off of it. But I know how the new system is, and I know how to manipulate YouTube for my own ends. So as you can see, I'm not really, because when I posted it, I kind of expected it. You know, Mama Brown may have been a dummy, but she raised no dummy. But yeah, I mean, they're out to report everything in the world. So, you know, I may get Google mods coming in here and there, but, you know, I don't give a fuck. Oh, I got to laugh at it all. Because you see, the Roger Brown Walking Dude channel, I'm doing real life topics. And it's like, whatever. Now, YTS, I did find out something about the new streaming. They're promoting people with over 1,000 subscribers. Like my Walking Dude channel, it's got under 1,000 subscribers. So they're only, if I do a stream like this one, they're only going to bring a limited filter of people to the channel. And that's why on my vlog channel, that it basically wasn't bringing anyone, because the vlog channel only has 100 subscribers. You know, the Walking Dude has, I don't know, I don't even know how many subscribers I got actually. I think it's 700 and some. But you know, it's still not 1,000. But yes, channels over 1,000 in portrait mode, that's what YouTube is funneling the people to. You know, they might funnel to someone that's under it, but it's limited. So, you know, I intend on having some fun on YouTube. Now, since I am saying this is show and tell, this is my last purchase. An hourglass. It's actually at about a half hour. You know, I've timed it. Excuse me, and it takes about a half hour to run. I'm not going to sit here for a half hour, by the way. Just saying. But yeah, I got that cheap, and I couldn't pass it up. Because I don't buy many things for me. Now, this is my little speaker here that I charge up so I can listen to music from YouTube. There's the combat baton. There's that. There's this. Baton over here. Ah, shit, I've moved stuff. Damn it, Roger. I thought I had another weapon over here, but I've moved it. Moved it over here. I have two of these. One for each hand. I used it last for chopping onions. I'm seeing the chat move here, but I'm not seeing it move on my screen. So let me reload my chat. Because YouTube sucks. Just to know. Hello, Tristan. But yeah, I mean, I'm being slandered to no end. So like I say, I'm going to fucking lean into it. Now, just to let my regulars know, my next live will probably be a character live. And I'm going to break out old Alfarius. Alfarius Kane, Horseman of the Apocalypse. I am going to talk bullshit for about 2 to 3 fucking hours, being a total asshole. Now, that's going to be my next live. You know, tonight we're just kind of hanging out before I go to bed, because in the morning I got to get up early. You know, it's my payday in the morning, and I've got chores to do for my life in the farm. Like get food, get water, and pay fucking bills. But yes, my next live is going to be an Alfaris live. And I'll have to get the rest of my Alfaris gang costume and sit here and be a total dick to my chat for about 2 to 3 hours, but be very entertaining son of a bitch. And that will be my next live. Well, I don't abuse my weapons, put it that way, because all of my stuff is functional. I was trying to move this kitty. She says, I was happy in that spot, but she doesn't understand that I had a cramp in my leg and I needed to move it. She says, no, don't, I was so sleepy. I was so sleepy. There you go. Now this is what I do with her mother. Use the force. Her name is Zora Bell. Aren't you, baby Bell? And I put all sorts of kitty shorts up. Now, that's kind of the interesting thing on my channel. You know, I may have drama and I may talk shit, but I got a lot of damn cute kitty videos, just saying. Now, it's a thing, too, I have seizures. You know, as I mentioned, I'm on disability. It's for complex PTSD, but the seizures are worse. So I smoke pot for the seizures. Now, I usually don't smoke on stream, so if you see me smoke at all, you'll kind of figure out that I've been having an issue. Yep. Now, once again, living out in Kentucky, we get weed a whole lot cheaper than you do, just saying. Hello, Ronnie. Ronnie, I'm thinking about a name change for the channel because I'm not really reacting to too much anymore. And as you know, I'm being attacked left and right. And fortunately, you coming in, you already kind of know most of where and how I'm being attacked. But I'm thinking about changing the name from Roger Brown Reacts to Roger Brown Supervillain. Well, here you can get all the kitty you want. Now, when I was on Ernie Shell's live last Saturday, we had about 500 in chat, and this kitty is like laying up here the entire time. You don't want to lay up here today, do you? Says, no, I want my spot back. They said, no, I want to get my spot back. Okay, get your spot back. I mean, if the kitties don't want to perform, I don't bother them. But now she's purring. You just didn't want me to bother you, did you? But, well, shit. Let me help. I gotta save a kitty. They're going under. Rachella's laying on this one. That's why I said I gotta save a kitty. The kitty was being mushed. This is Scarlet. She is a Manx. Manx have no tails. As you can see, this kitty has no tail. And this kitty will absolutely let me do anything that I want with her. I can grab her, I can turn her around. Now, she likes to knead at things, which is why I call her Scarlet Witch. Now, go ahead and knead. Says, no, I'm just going to sit here and hang. You just going to hang? And her grandmother is behind you. And she's a Manx. That's how this kitty got no tail. Is because her grandmommy is a Manx and also had no tail. And she's over here coughing. Come here, honey. Sit up. You're a good girl. Oh, good girl. Just cough. Kitty got a hairball. Grandmommy got a hairball. Now Scarlett's over there trying to steal her warm spot. Oh, Chella's right here. She was the one mushing. Come here, Chella, you. And this is the little kitty down here's mommy, Rachella. And She's very sleepy today. Come here, Summy Soup. Come on, honey. Come on. She says, no, I don't want to get up. It's warm. The rest of the house is cold. She says, no, I don't want to go. Okay, honey. And this is the grandmother. This is Rachella's mother, and this is Scarlett's grandmother. And as you can see, she has no tail. She's a Manx. She's where the no tails come from, isn't it, honey? She says, I'm busy. It's YouTube, honey. She says, now usually she's all big for YouTube, but tonight she's interested in sleeping. But this is normally her bedtime. Now, if I was trying to sleep, all four of these would be right here on top of me. Oh yeah, like I say, I know all of the parentage of all of my animals. And I got cat hair in my fucking nose. Just saying. Now, if anybody's got any questions, I mean, I'm more than happy. This is what these lives are for, is to kind of introduce me, introduce the channel, introduce the bullshit a little bit. And if you feel like it, subscribe. And if you don't. Have a nice day. I don't monetize my YouTube channels. Nope. Because that way, I never have a money aspect to it. I mean, what really has been making me the most money is growing my own food on the farm. As soon as the freezing weather stops, first thing I'm going to do is plant me a bunch of potatoes. And I need to shave too. That's the other thing. But I'm kind of low on water at this point. So it's kind of down to use water only if I have to. Now, it's supposed to be raining in the morning and cold. And that's going to suck. Yep. Now, my place is surrounded in trees. So when it's raining, you can kind of get out of the rain somewhat. But, you know, once again, you're still going to get wet. But, I mean, any questions or anybody or anything? Now's the time. I'll give everybody a minute. Like I say, I don't take questions often because questions are usually a troll. But, you know, that's what I'm going to do at the moment. Well, the thing is, Cass, I have tried that before, but it really does not show up well. Like even on the iPhone, it can be snowing good, and the iPhone won't even really pick it up. Now, I can try, but yeah, that's just one thing that really doesn't do well on film is trying to film it snow. But I might be able to get a shot. Like, say, if it's snowing and it's darker and I've got, like, light coming from the house, I might be able to get, you know, some kind of ability to catch it on light. But, yes, typically in a regular lighting scenario, snow is really hard to... You basically have to have a really good camera setup. Yeah. But then once again, you end up getting, you know, distorted pixels. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. But Cass, I really don't think we're going to have any more snow this year. I mean, it was 70 degrees the other day. It went down to 39 for yesterday. I think it was like 43 today. And it's supposed to get warm and wet here, generally. You know, we've got a lot of rain coming. And the only thing that I'm going to be doing then is laundry. Since it's free water that comes from the sky, I collect that in a rain barrel and, Just use that for free laundry. Cass, I can't drive a bike. The roads here are 55 miles an hour. And I almost got killed the day before yesterday. Just walking to the store and back. And in the last 3 months, I've almost been hit twice. And just people are assholes. One of them was a Middle Eastern asshole. You know, you're supposed to walk against the traffic. You know, there's like a big ditch fucking line. He's just honking on that horn, and he just about ran me the fucking over with nowhere to go. That son of a bitch is lucky that I didn't have my pistol in my hand at that moment, because a cop would have shot him. Yep, I mean, it's getting pretty dangerous, and it's because people are assholes. You know, people are more attached to that. Used to be around here, you only had to worry about a drunk driver. But the phone is worse than a drunk driver, because a drunk is trying to stay on the road. Someone on the phone is just paying attention to the phone. You know, I've gotten where I don't even like to go to the store anymore. That's why in the morning is important. It'll be too wet to get my water, but I can at least get to the store and get a bunch. Here's, come on, Sammy. Here's Sammy to you. Come on, honey. Oh, go girl. I know. She says, my granddaughter's in my lap and she's pissed. Summer wants to be in my lap, but her granddaughter's in her lap and she doesn't want to sit with her granddaughter. Well, yeah, Ronnie. I mean, it's gotten fucking out of hand. And it's generational. You know, it's a generational thing. Like used to be when I was young, drunk driving was considered socially acceptable. And now we have a new version of drunk driving, and it's distracted driving because of the damn phone. Well, actually, YTS, I'm not sure if you knew this, but I used to work on the highway. When I moved down here, I got a state job with the highway department. And I used to be the flag man. My job description was a light equipment operator. Now get this fucked up bullshit. I'm a light equipment operator. And they tell me, go operate that steamroller. And I looked at him and I said, I am a light equipment operator. And they said, go work on that steamroller. Now, the funny thing is a light, get this, the steamroller was light equipment. Now, once again, for a long, long time, I wondered, how is this steamroller light equipment? I mean, you don't get a heavier piece of equipment anywhere in the highway department than that steamroller. And it finally hit me. And I'm like, I know why this is light equipment. Because if it's not, they would have to pay me the wages of a heavy equipment operator. Yes, but yes, I mean, it was what I said too. I mean, I was like, how in the hell is this a piece of light equipment? Because when I got the job, I thought that is like the one thing that I'll never be driving. There's no problem driving it. I mean, you just fill up the big giant wheel with water. I mean, that's kind of all you have to do. You know, that big giant drum, you know, you just fill it up with water. And then you just inch your damn way across the pavement, flattening it out. I mean, it's easy to do, but I mean, it's definitely not light. But yes, that is the reason why it is a light equipment, because otherwise they would have had to have paid me the rate of a heavy equipment operator. and I would have had to have gotten a raise. But yes, that's the practical reason why. Now, I'm glad I do not have to plow the snow anymore. That sucks, by the way. You know, they would take us and put us on 12-hour shifts. And I would work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every time it snowed. And you're sitting there in the middle of the night just trying to stay awake. And being the new guy, they gave you the worst truck on the worst route. They gave you the truck that looked like it's about to explode all on its own. But the reason why you get this is because they give you the worst route. And you are literally on a giant fucking mountain where you could just easily roll straight to your death. That's kind of like, you know, you get the worst truck in the worst route as your very first job. And that's the way they make sure that you're cut out for this. Now, fortunately for me, I survived that. Dylan, are you looking for a boyfriend? Just saying. I'm happy. Does that make me gay? I mean, dude, how old are you really? I mean, seriously? I mean, isn't it like 2000 or 23? I've heard the fucking rumor. What do you think it is? 1952? I like girls, and I guarantee I get more than you. Just saying. Now, Tush Dragon, he can love men as much as he wants. I mean, now I got friends that are gay. I'm not gay, but I have plenty of friends that are gay. That's why when people say, "Are you gay?" I'm like, you know, it actually solved a lot of my dating problems if I was. The worst thing that I hauled. Sand. Yep. And it's not for the reason that you think. Okay, because a part of my job is, you know, the big giant dump trucks. I used to drive those too. You had 18-ton loads. Now, if it was rock or something, you've got little spaces in between that. So your balance of your load is pretty good. But when they load you with 18 tons of sand and someone pulls out in front of you, the only thing you can do is downshift and start tapping the brakes and hope to fucking God that you don't hit them. Because that 18 tons of sand makes you so dense that depending on the pavement that you're on, you could just keep on going. So once again, if someone pulls out in front of you and stops, you know, you are suggesting to the truck that you would like it to stop. Now, physics in the weight of this sand has its own ideas. And that's the worst because, once again, some of these stupid people that do that are women with children. And you're sitting in the back looking at the kids, you know, and trying not to murder them. Hello, ASMR. But yeah, that was basically the worst. I mean, you can imagine. I mean, normally you would imagine, like when I started a job, I imagined the worst to be, well, far different than that. Put it that way. But yeah, that turned out that was the worst thing in hauling. Hello, love. But yeah, that's why, you know, I like to tell that story because, you know, a lot of people don't think before they do. In the winter, do not pull out in front of the snowplow. It is best just to go slow, back off the best you can, so you know you don't get hit with salt or nothing, and just go on with your life and continue living. But, people around here are dumb. Now, one of the easy overtime that I used to get is when we would have heavy rains. I would get called in the middle of the night, have to go and sit in a truck with a flashing light and sit out high water signs, and to make sure people didn't get themselves drowned. And that was some of the easiest overtime, because you just basically sit in a truck, stay awake, and make sure no one dies. Well, YTS, unfortunately, it's not. Just saying. Now, I am glad that I never had to do that before. And they laid me off right before a blizzard. They laid me off, and a week later, they had like a historical blizzard they didn't expect. And I sat here and went, ha 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 ha, and just watched it fucking snow. I enjoyed that blizzard because I didn't have to plow it. And every time I see it snow, that's all I can think of. It's somebody else's problem, not mine. But yeah, I used to have a Class A CDL. I don't now, because after I became a caregiver for my mother, that basically ended my life right there until about 2012. Now, anybody got any questions? Anything? I'll field any question right now. We're just bullshitting, introducing. I'm Roger Brown, and excuse me, this is my drama channel where people hate me. No, not all the people, but there are plenty. Now, what the people don't understand is I am fine with being hated. I mean, when I was in Cincinnati, I used to run around with bikers, and I had a club adopt me. Well, no one gets to see my house because I get death threats. But unlike other YouTubers, I get real death threats. Now, last May, Jimbo Collins, a former professional wrestler, did not like my YouTube coverage of him, and he showed up here with a gun to assassinate me. Now, Jimbo Collins did not expect that I would already have a pistol in my hand. So last May, we almost had a shootout on YouTube here. On Ernie Shell's program with about 400 or 500 people watching. He ran and he called the cops. And the cops would still like to talk to Jimbo Collins. Now, that's interesting. You mentioned Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen does not like me. Now, when Chris Hansen was doing his Predator thing on YouTube, I was the first motherfucker to call him out and saying that son of a bitch is nothing but a grifter. And you can probably, deep on this channel, you can find a video or two about it. And it was my first video that ever got more thumbs down than thumbs up. Now, about a year and a half later, when everything came out, I was completely vindicated. But yes, my video on Chris Hansen was my only video that there was more thumbs down than thumbs up. And I still think he's a piece of human garbage. Now, every Predator on his show got away but one, because he ruined the prosecution of all of them. The show To Catch a Predator actually should have been To Let a Predator Off the Hook, because that is exactly what happened. Actually, it's kind of been all over the internet here and there. I don't need to show any proof. I mean, it's like on a live stream with like 500 fucking people. But you see, I live in a place. Now, you may see my address at some time. Now, I don't know much about Milo Yiannopoulos. Now, my former co-host does. Now, if anyone knows Milo Yiannopoulos, a minor individual is Grace Thorpe. She is a controversial YouTuber, and I used to be her co-host. Now, I still have contact with Grace Thorpe, and at some time or another, I will be guest hosting on Grace Thorpe's program. She calls me King Roger, and I call her Princess Grace. Now, that's kind of like our agreement. You know, that's our one verbal agreement is I have to call Grace Thorpe Princess. So, I mean, it was an odd demand by her, but, you know, that is what she negotiated. Right. So, you know, now, truthfully, Trisha wants to do a reaction because I am a professional reactor, although I've not been reacting to much. And Trisha occasionally wants to react to something, so rarely, you know, this isn't going to be a regular thing. I'm going to be on Truthfully Trisha's program, probably by audio, and I will be reacting to her with some form of video. Well, YTS, she's entered a new arc, and I'm going to help her out if I can. But, you know, first I had to show Grace that she needs my help. And she's gained less than 1,000 subscribers without me. And she was gaining thousands of subscribers with me. Now, I don't feel like doing YouTube like I used to. Constantly, you know, I'm doing my own thing most of the time. So this is where being a co-host on other people's programs, that will be great for me. Well, I'm not done with her. You know, and her little simps. Yes, I'm going to be Elaine Miller's Huckleburr. I just haven't got around to it yet. You know, I've been too busy, as Rich Life would say, living my life. Hello, Philip. Well, like I say, we will have fun on Grace's program, and oh, here we go. There's justice for Matt Labe. Well, yeah, Philip. By the way, that's Philip Greenwald, everyone. Yes, from Papa Greenie fame. Now, Philip, why don't you just change that account name back to Philip? Or some kind of new YouTube name. I mean, you come in here and try to slander me. Just make a video. Be a man. I know it's hard for you. I mean, you're like 30 years old, Philip. Isn't that how old now? Aren't you about 30 now, Philip? You know, I do have actually on this phone I've got where you held up your driver's license. I still got the snapshot. So are you like 29 or 30 now? Well, Tessie has it coming. Now, Grace is far more interesting. Now you see, Philip, Grace is much more like me. It's just she doesn't understand that Roger is always right. Even when he's wrong, he's still right. Now, Philip, you're just wrong, man. Just saying. You know, and right now, Philip, I think that you're probably helping North Korea. Just saying. And I also have physical evidence that that Chinese spy balloon flew right over your house and stopped. Philip, I know this. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Philip Greenwald? I'll wait. Now, Philip Greenwald is the one that jumped up and down and asked Jesus to unalive Playmate Tessie. Hello, Classic. Classic, can you get into Discord? Because I think Boho might have kicked you out. she showed up in Discord today, and she had a wrench in Discord. Sorry, everyone. I got to talk Trisha channel business for just a second. But yes, classic. Boho showed up in Trisha's Discord, and she and I both had a wrench. Now, I hope you've been well, Philip. I'm going to be engaging in YouTube battle because there's many reactors that have gone wrong, and they all want to act like I've done something wrong. I keep asking them, what have I done? Well, cool, classic. But yes, the Discord is fine. You should have no trouble with it unless she banned you. Now, in Discord today, she acted pretty fucked up in the head. I'm not going to call, I decided on this channel, I don't want to hurt Trisha, so I'm not going to throw Boho and Robin both under the bus, even though at this point they deserve it. Just saying. Robin was in Paula's chat today, basically giving all of the goods and making up shit. And Boho had a disjointed bullshit rant at me in Discord. And that's all I'm going to say about him. Besides, fuck them. That is my policy. Fuck them with cheese. Because cheese will make it better. But Philip, I'm going to. My friend Philip. Now, Philip, the Justice for Matt Laib account, I'm still waiting for that Philip to respond. Oh, you've not seen anything disgusting yet. I mean, just wait. I'm going to lean into this shit seriously. I am going to twirl my mustache and be a villain. And I'm also going to troll the hell out of these people. Now, I'm going to go deep, 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 deep undercover. Well, Philip Greenwald, because I have nothing to apologize to your family for. There we go. I'm sorry about your service to North Korea. Just saying. But at least you got all those little medals you can put on your chest. Because they give them to all the North Korean army members. Like your grandmother. Yes, see, Philip Greenwald's grandmother was in the North Korean army. She was a comfort woman. And she won a few medals for meritorious conduct on her back. Now, remember earlier, some of you people, when I said I could be a dick? This is me being a dick. Well, actually, you've reached the drama community. And I am a professional. I am quite well known in my own right. And I am a complete asshole at times. Now, when I am an asshole, it is just as funny as can be. Well, I know YTS. Now, if anyone's wondering, the YouTube schizophrenic is another interesting person on YouTube. Yes. Now, once again, his channel is not a name, it's a diagnosis. Just saying. So you should like and subscribe to him too. Because we're going to do some messed up shit. He's finding some new people to be entertaining. Well, I am going and getting even with a lot of people. Now, I'm not showing my email, but I'm knocking out a lot of shit. Now, it's like tonight I went through Paula's live, and I only flag things that are slam dunk TOS violations. This way the algorithm starts to trust me. And then when I flag or report something, it takes my report more seriously. So I have been sitting in their lives reporting the hell out of slam dunk violations. And even their chat, they're like, why does this keep disappearing from chat? Or why does our comments keep disappearing from your comment posts? Because I'm reporting the hell out of slam dunks. And I am training the algorithm to trust my accounts. Well, that's a good joke, Chris. I mean, now see on this channel, if someone can make a good combat, I'll lean into it. Sure. That's my response. Now, see, that's another thing with me. If we're in YouTube and, we're trading trolling comments, if you can make something really funny, I'll make a comment back, making it even funnier for you. But it's rare. I mean, now I'd like you to subscribe because it's rare when someone actually makes a good comeback. I mean, that's welcome here. Name an NFL player. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. I had to deal with the fucking Bengals. Now, an interesting thing, the Bengal franchise was founded the year I was born. The Bengals and the Reds is why I do not watch sports anymore. Just saying. I could not tell you a single person that plays sports at this individual time because being from Cincinnati, I just had to throw it out the fucking door. Hello, Dervik. See the thing, an interesting thing, why I live in Kentucky. That stadium in Hamilton County, they wanted to tax us for that stadium. And to this day, everyone's paying, living in Hamilton County is paying about $1,000 in taxes so the Bengals can have their giant palace maintained. So I moved the hell out of Cincinnati and I moved into Kentucky. And my life got a lot cheaper. I don't miss leaving Cincinnati. Now, I miss good pizza. I move my leg. Yes, I do miss good pizza. Because Kentucky, you really can't get good pizza. Am I okay? Now, that is... No, I'm going to use that as a springboard. No, Alyssa, I'm not okay. No, I'm not. The woman I love ghosted me back late in, what was it, August. And then she shows up every few months on my channel, gaslighting she didn't ghost me, while disappearing again for another 3 months. And 6 days ago, she showed up in a live, gaslighting that she didn't ghost me. And she was supposed to send me a message, which I have never got. And yes, so no, I am not okay. And for this, and you see these dark circles under my eyes? Because for about an entire fucking week, I have not been able to sleep because I miss the woman that I love. And I have to accept that this relationship, no matter what, is fucking over. So no, I am not okay. So there we go. And that is a part of my suck in my life at the moment. Paula, we know that's you on that account. And are you fucking stupid? I mean, I can get all the women I want around here. It's nothing special. I mean, actually, you need to worry about me and Grace Thorpe. I don't have a girlfriend anymore. I say, Grace Thorpe's, 21 and young, and and she likes older men. No, I don't. I've got a gun there, and if anyone comes at me with a toothbrush, they're going to get it. Well, actually, now, once again, Paula, Roger doesn't lie here. Unlike you. Your name is on your fucking channel. It's where I got it. Trisha didn't give me your... See, this is Milk in a Bag is Paula Gonzalez on her sock account where she pretends she's a 49-year-old man. Your name is on your fucking channel. I showed it on this live, and you went in your live today and tried to tell everyone that Trish, I don't have any contact with Trisha outside of YouTube. Now, Grace Thorpe, I got her phone number. I can call Grace Thorpe whenever I want. Now, I will be co-hosting with Grace Thorpe again every now and then. And Trisha, I might co-host a react with her. And I might even co-host with the YouTube schizophrenic. No, I do not have an OnlyFans account, though I've been asked to. Well, you shouldn't talk about yourself in a third person, Paula. I mean, we know what accounts are yours. Milk in a Bag, you are Paula Gonzalez. The Parakeet channel, you are Paula Gonzalez. You even talk to your own accounts and try to gaslight there's some larger community out to get Trisha when you're beating on a dead horse at this point, Paula. Hello, Gracie. Well, actually, if you're not Paula and you are that 49-year-old man, my address is public if you want to come here and get some. Because I'll knock your head off. I'm real good at that, by the way. Actually, I saw a therapist, and you know what they told me? I'm done with therapy. I am perfectly sane. I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm also anhedonic. Now, we're going to wait for a second and see if they know what that even means. Do you know what anhedonic means? Hello, Dragon Mama. Well, hello, Gracie. Good to meet you. Well, I have a person that doesn't like me on YouTube on their account arguing with me at this moment. Now, Paula, once again, you pretend that you're all these different YouTubers to post things against Trisha. I mean, I'm going to knock down the whole bunch of your channels. Yep. I am beclowning you and you're beclowning yourself. I mean, I watched your live today and if you're wondering why your comments are disappearing, right fucking here, dumbass. I mean, I've been flagging your shit left and fucking right. Anytime that you have a slam dunk for me to take down, I go, oh yeah, thank you for that gift. And I knocked that comment out right there. I mean, Paula today kept saying, why? Now, I have no, Trisha doesn't even watch my channel. I don't even know if Trisha's subscribed. Don't care either. Well, actually, Rosalie, it is 12:51 in the morning. Friday. Yep. In the United States, all the kids are in bed. Yep. And if they're not, oh well. This content is set not for children. This is a drama channel. I can say fuck, fuckity, fuck as much as I fucking want. Now you see right there, that's exactly what Paula would say. I mean, you give yourself away just in your syntax. No, I'm going to make sure that you go off of YouTube. And actually, anyone that gets involved in my personal life, I will show up on them. Yep. Or one of my agents will show up on them. One of the two. I mean, after Jimbo Sholin showed up here with a gun, I'm playing full contact YouTube. My address is public. Anyone can come down that road anytime they want and get some. That's the law here. Well, actually, they already have. Shannon 681 gives out my address to everyone. And there's been multiple people that's gotten close. One got a few feet from it until they saw me with that pistol in my hand, and I was going to send old Jimbo to Jesus. Oh, you're out of here. Well, you know what, Paula? I mean, once again, I'm just telling you right now, whoever gets involved in my life is going to get a special visit because I've stopped playing. Yep. Now, see, I had a moral dilemma for years. I wanted to be a better person. But you know what I found out? I found out people like Paula Gonzalez are worse scum than gang members. Gang members were out for money. You know, they were businessmen. Now, Paula Gonzalez is just a stalker, a fucking psycho. And sometimes monsters need to be put down. Just saying. You know, you just don't let Godzilla Gonzalez walk around. Yes, Justice. I'm pagan. I mean, blah, 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 blah. 10 Commandments, my butt. I mean, I am not a Christian. Just saying. I am the old religion. And in the old religion, you know what? It's all righteous to smite the hell out of your enemies. Now, once again, you say bullshit. I just took a bath. I am perfectly clean. In the last 2 hours, I took a bath. There's not one part of me that is not fucking sparkling clean. And how's that supposed to hurt me? It doesn't. It just makes you look like a fucking idiot. And this is why Shannon 681's channel is dead. And now, Paula, you're gone. And you don't come back from this channel. Nope. You see, unlike Tricia that unblocks people every other day, this channel is a one-way hole. You go down that hole, you're never coming back. Now, once again, if your man ever has the guts, you can walk down here and get a piece of me. Matter of fact, anyone on YouTube that wants can come down that road and get a piece of me. I will take on all comers and I will mess them up, as that is what I used to do for a living. It's called tea. Now I used to be a thug. I mean, now my criminal career started when I was 15 years old. Just saying. My mentor was a Vietnam vet. And he sold a lot of drugs. And he sold a lot of guns. And he used to run hookers. Now, I was never involved with the hooker running. But, you know, I did get to meet a lot of hookers when I was a young man. And it was very entertaining. Let's just put it that way. Well, actually, Large Lloyd, now, my therapist asked me that too. And I'm like, you don't quite understand. It's not like we follow people around. You just have to kind of guess at it. Oh, I love this. Daylight Gamer. Call the cops on me right now. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Call them all. Call 50. Call 1,000 cops. Get as many cops to show up here as Terminator. Guess what? My cops don't SWAT. Once again, as I've said earlier, I've had a YouTuber show up here with a gun. They have tried to SWAT me endlessly. My cops do not SWAT. We don't even have pizza delivery. I'm a farmer. I'm my own boss. My family is all dead. The only thing anyone can do, is come here to face me. That's basically it. Well, I have Christmas lights up for a good reason. To save on electricity. Because I only have this overhead light on for you guys. When this live goes off, I flip that overlight off. And these are only using 40 watts of power. So, I save a few dollars. Economics. Yeah, I'm sitting on my farm right now. All alone. I'm other than a store clerk. Just 1 second. I'm getting allergic to kitties and I have a cat in my lap. Yep, I'm sitting on a farm right now. If you subscribe to my channel and go on, you can see a bunch of it. Yeah, even though I normally do drama content, I now and then show a shot of the place. Well, I'm 5'11" and about 188 pounds. I've got a 48-inch chest and a 38-inch waist. And I have, a 18.5-inch neck. Yeah, I'm 188 pounds. I'm almost 6 foot tall and 188 pounds. It's about right for me. Just saying. Now the pee-pee size thing. I'm damn average. But it's all cut up, scarred, and mutilated. Yep, it is too. I mean, my pee-pee looks like somebody put it through a thresher. I'm not joking either. Well, sweetest victory. I mean, I've gotten 3 girlfriends so far from my YouTube career. They're all crazy. I mean, absolutely positively. The last one I thought was normal, but obviously I was mistaken. Just say it. Oh, no, it's not a 2-inch dick. It's just quite average, but no, it's not 2 inches. Now, I got, a set of balls that are unbelievable, though. Just saying. Well, actually, country, kind of crazy. You made a good question. Am I a prepper? Yes and no. I believe our government are idiots, and they are going to crash the system. So my prepping is I have built a large pond on my property. It is over an acre. It's 26 foot deep. It even has an island on it. And it is full of fish. I have enough fish to feed an entire village through an apocalypse. And that's kind of it. Now, because food prices has got so high, I do a lot of subsistence farming now. If you spam, you will be gone. Well, actually, out here I could. I mean, if our government fails, I'm one of the few people around here not addicted to drugs. That will actually make me leader really quick. Well, that and I'm kind of known to be scary around here. You see, I live in Kentucky, in Appalachia. Now, you've heard of the Hatfield and McCoy feud. The McCoys live a mile down the road. Now, everyone in this area is mortally afraid of the McCoys. Now, the McCoys are afraid of me. So, when we talk about the law of the jungle, the hyenas that everyone are afraid of, those are afraid of me. Now, I'm on speaking terms with them. But, wow, you would be surprised at how much meth they can do. Let's just put it that way. You're correct. I do not have a Kentucky accent because I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I lived my first 28 years of life in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I bought this farm in Kentucky in 1996. And I've been here since then. But you are perceptive. Now, my father, he had a thick Kentucky accent. Boy, that is exactly how I'd say. Boy, you'll miss your dear old dad when he's gone. I've still not missed him. Just saying. Well, actually, I smell quite well. I smell like cherry blossoms. I just took a bath a couple hours before the live. So, you got anything else stupid to say? As I block you? Well, the thing is here in Kentucky, where I live, it's cheaper. You can get an acre of land for $2,000 around here. Because when Ma and Pa die, all of them damn youngins, they all want some money. So they sell off the farm as quick as they can. So they can split off the money so then they can go buy their drugs. And because of that, land is cheap here. Now, I got an excellent deal, and I got my 20 acres for $1,500 an acre. It's worth a lot more than that now. So for $30,000, I got 20 acres in 1996. Well, I am near the worst McCoys. Now, one of them I probably should have went and kicked in the head a couple days ago. Dean McCoy. Now, Dean is a special kind of stupid. Now, when Dean was a young man, he had a penchant for sniffing gasoline. And that's why he has a disability. Now, I have seen his brain scan because his family showed me. This whole half of his brain over here is just black. And the doctor said he completely destroyed the reason centers in his brain. And if you meet Dean for any time, you will understand that, yes, he seems that he's okay, but that part of us that tells you that you should not do something, he does not have that. So when I was walking to the store a couple days ago, he leaned out the window and took a shot at the street sign. Now, that basically meant he put a bullet about that far from me. Now, the thing about the McCoys is, like me, they are a damn good shot. Whatever they're shooting at, they're going to hit. But he was doing it to try to scare me. He was going to try to get me to jump because he would think it would be funny. I just walked on, when that bullet hit the side next to me, I'm like, bullet. I mean, guns shooting around here are common. And I mean, a bullet hitting next to me don't even faze me. And it's like, well, should I just go over there and beat him in the head just to make a point? And I'm like, just fuck it. And I just finished walking onto the store. Oh. But now and then, see, now it's still winter here. Now, when it's beautiful, I will have live streams outside on my beautiful farm. And every now and then, while I'm having a live stream, there will be a motorcycle pull up, and then I will stop it because there comes a McCoy. Now, I don't exploit people for YouTube. But if I really wanted to exploit people for YouTube, all I would have to do is start filming the McCoys. But because I have a soul, and once again, my therapist told me, Roger, you are not a psychopath. I do not exploit that for YouTube, even though it would be excellent content. They would be stupid and it would make tons of views. I won't exploit the underprivileged. I smoke tons of fucking weed. Yes, I do. I smoke tons of it. In fact, here, you got to be careful on YouTube. But let's just say, here's a jar right now. Because out here, we're allowed to grow 3 plants for ourselves. So, I normally keep a jar full. And it sits right here, and this is my bowl. Then I just lean over here like so. But I have seizures. And this helps me with my seizures. And normally... and normally I don't smoke on YouTube. But when I've been having seizures like I have now, I do. Oh yeah, I got a real... Now, once again, I don't indulge over much just for my smoking for my health. But yeah, I got a real good source for that. So yeah, some occasionally, because like the fella that'll show up here to give me a ride in the morning, he's usually got dab all the time. And sometimes in the morning on the first, we'll do some. It chokes me to fucking death anymore. Because, I've been smoking pot since I was 16 years old. And I'm almost 56. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize this, but yeah, in about another 4 or 5 months, I will have smoked weed for 40 years. Oh, no. Where do you think the good weed comes from? I mean, everything here's cloned plants. When it gets really nice, my friends that grow weed will give me 3 clones. And then I will go out and plant my 3 clones in a place that the McCoys cannot find them. Now, once they let us sell, once they let us grow farm-wise, I mean, my place is set up for weed. I mean, the day that they let me sell weed to dispensaries, I'll make $100,000 a year and I'll be off disability. But until that day, I will just have to be on disability. Well, actually, here you have weed delivered whenever you want. Now, the other thing here is, now, this is the thing where I live. I cannot get pizza delivery. Now, if you named me a drug, I could have it delivered here. Because once again, way back in the day, I used to sell drugs. All of my close friends are drug dealers. I just don't sell drugs anymore. But, all of my close friends are drug dealers. So, like I say, anyone would name anything, I could easily have it delivered here. But yeah, Watcher, I mean, no kidding. All drugs, no pizza. And there's been people lately that's threatened to send me pizzas and like, I'll kiss you in the fucking mouth if you can send me a pizza. Because, I'm of the kind of person, no matter what you put on that pizza, I will like it. When you talk about pizza topping, I'm good with whatever would be sent. Oh. Now, I've never had potato pizza. I do have to say that I have never had it. Now, I do grow potatoes, and I am going to make my own pizza oven. Well, the thing is I would just be selling to dispensaries. Is all I would be doing, because I understand how the law is going to work. Because you see, we used to have a tobacco base, and that's what you could only sell basically to the government. And they would have brokerage houses that would deal with it. And when they start doing it more on an industrial basis, that's how it will be. Now, if it was like in today's money, I could make about $1 million a year. But when it goes down to it, I'll have 10,000 plants. And, I will make X off each one. I'll probably make about 50 cents to $1 a gram. That's about what it would come down to. If you were farming it and you were selling it to dispensaries, that's about what you would get out of it. Anywhere probably from 50 cents a gram to $1.50 out of it. Well, if I try, I mean, like I say, if I really have to, I can get anything. If I really, really want to. Because, once again, as I said, I've got all my friends are drug dealers. Now, also, once again, I can talk about things I've done way in the past because of statute and limitations. But back when I used to be a drug dealer in Cincinnati, I used to get opium. And I used to sell it to the Iron Horsemen. So, once again, because of that connection then, I can get anything. Once again, because I'm that well connected into the drug world. Once again, I don't sell drugs anymore, and the only drug I do is weed. Now, I ain't tripped in, very long time, but I had to be a caregiver for over a decade. And that's really when I stopped doing other drugs other than weed. And for a long time, I even stopped doing weed until I started having seizures. And now the weed helps control my seizures. And it is what it is. But around here, there's just way too much meth. There's one guy around here that, he called this place. He said, "We're a meth community with a farming problem." Because there's very few people around here with jobs, and most of them are fucked up as shit on drugs. Not everyone, but, you get past a certain age lower, and virtually everyone is addicted to something. Well, actually, YTS, I subscribed to it. Once again, flipping through the lives, I found somebody new, and I'm going to look at them a little bit, and I might be sending you their link. Because flipping through these lives, there's definitely some candidates for your program, let's put it that way. Hello, Blair. I always like the name Blair for some reason. Well, that's good. I have cats that are assholes, but I got this one in my lap right now. She's like, oh, you woke me up. And you don't know it, but you got a cat head like right fucking here. Actually, she's kind of about to slide into the camera. That's why you're kind of odd. Because this is the mother, Richella. Now, Richella's named after a YouTuber. Now, once, because I'm a well-known YouTuber in certain communities, a YouTuber named Richella asked me to name a kitty after her. So this is Cat Richella, and her godmother is YouTube Richella. And she's very sleepy. Let me sit you back over here, honey. Let me put you back right over here, just where I got you, how I got you. And because, yeah, you were about to run into the phone. So, yes, we have kitties all over the streams. Actually, now, see, this is where people lie. As I told before, I have one inbred cat. This one right here. I have 14 cats, and only one of them is inbred. And people like that, the slanderer, will slander me. And this is the only kitty that I have is inbred. And she's dumb as shit. Her name's Scarlet, and she's a Manx. She has no tail. And she's sweet, but she's extra dumb. And I take extra special care of my little inbred kitty. But like I say, out of my 14 cats, there's one cat that is inbred, and it's this one. And her mother got nailed by her uncle. So it's not like it's generations of incest like Philip Greenwald's family. Well, justice for Matt Labe, which is Philip Greenwald's secret account, and he's too much of a wussy to make videos. He just wants to come out and make accusations when his family were nothing but North Korean agents. No, Gabriette, no, actually, no, I'm not inbred in any way. My family lineage is traced back hundreds and hundreds of years. Not a single case of inbreeding. Now, once again, Gabrielle, eat my dick. Do it quick, even though it will make you sick. You see, I gave her a poem. I am 55 years old. I was born in 1968. Matter of fact, right around the time of Martin Luther King's assassination. And I got to grow up in some of the burnout, rioted areas in Cincinnati. And it was kind of cool in a way because the whole Cold War was on, and it kind of gave you a post-apocalyptic feeling because you were expected to get hit with a nuke at any time. Oh, demigod, I killed them all. I just haven't got around to it yet. Any other stupid questions? Well, Matt, you kept saying that, North Korea, best Korea. I mean, we got video of that. I mean, Papa Greenie has secret files of all sorts of things that you don't even remember you said. Yes, I vividly remember you saying North Korea, best Korea. Well, Gabrietta, I'm sorry, but since you can't understand, we'll just send you on your way and you can go back to Mexico. Yes, Gabrielle must have crossed the border to my YouTube channel illegally. So now I am going to deport Gabrielle back to Mexico from whence she came. Well, and like I had mentioned before, I turn off the big light and at night I just use these. And it saves me money. I like having a lower electric bill. Just saying. My electric bill was $117 last month. Oh, I mean, my place is around here, illegal immigration for 30 years, destroyed everything, took all the jobs. I mean, it's how this whole area went downhill for 30 years. And now other places are getting it. And I'm like, I don't care. I mean, my community was destroyed for 30 years. And now all of a sudden, because New York got a couple bus loads, they're all freaking out. And I'm like, so the fuck what? Welcome to my world. Now, I did have a daughter. Now, the mother ran off with my best friend. Yep. Now, that daughter is now an adult. And she's a nurse. And she has 3 daughters. So, I don't have them, per se, but they exist. Actually, I don't pay anything for solar panels. Down here, we have something cool. A hydroelectric dam. Damn it. From the TVA. And also, because I live out in the middle of nowhere, we have a special electric company. It's a co-op. The people own the electric company. And our electric company is a non-profit entity. And because of this, because of that hydroelectric dam, and that our electric company is a non-profit entity, I get the cheapest electric rate in the country. Actually, I don't know in here. Now, see, this is something that these slanderers come and say about Kentucky. Now, my family is from Kentucky, even though I lived in Ohio. No, I don't know anyone in the KKK, and no one I know knows anyone in the KKK. Now, this is a North Korean racist coming into our chat who makes an account saying justice for Matt Labe because that was his boyfriend. Yes, and once again, we hope one day he gets justice for his boyfriend, but unfortunately, that is a North Korean agent. And my favorite food is tacos. And I support everyone. I mean, I'm a big believer in do whatever the hell you want as long as you're not hurting anyone else. Now, see, this is another wannabe. This is Dave25. He is another failed YouTuber. Now, he only gets like 3 people at his podcast. Dave, I play in the big boy league of YouTube. You are over here in like the fucking kiddie pool. You are not in my league. I mean, I take on teams of channels all by myself. I don't even let my associates even know what I'm doing. Now, Dave, do you have any other dumbass thing that you want to say before I block you? Oh. Well, actually, the thing is I do need someone to take on my family line. So I either have to get with a young chick or I have to adopt someone. So on the adopting, we'll say maybe. No, actually, I'm pagan. I don't believe in Jesus. Now, most of my friends do believe in Jesus, but I do not believe in Jesus. Now, I do believe in God. I don't particularly believe in a Christian God, but I think God is in it for God. It makes much more sense. Just saying. When you realize that God is a dick, the entire world makes perfect sense. Now, see, I do not fear God, but yes, I realized one day that, oh my God, God is a dick. And then I looked around at the world and I'm like, this all makes sense now. Well, hello, Charlie Mack. Well, you're in the hills of Kentucky. Now, there's an interesting thing about Kentucky. There are more Irish in Kentucky than there are in Ireland. And the geographic area that I live in is actually rolling hills off the Appalachian Mountains, and it simulates the Irish terrain. Now, another cool thing about Kentucky, we have the largest cavern system on Earth. There's people that think that one in Afghanistan is at Tora Bora. The largest cavern system on this entire planet is in Kentucky. Well, I don't have a trans boyfriend, just saying. And I don't smoke fentanyl. I smoke marijuana, and some really good marijuana too. But no. I learned a lot in life, and God being a dick, that's something I've learned in the last several years because it makes perfect sense. Well, actually, Elena, people, now I don't smoke cigarettes. I just smoke weed. And I don't get addicted to drugs. Yep. Well, I was brought up in Ohio, in Cincinnati, where I used to sell copious amounts of marijuana. And I used to belong to a club where we sold an insane amount of marijuana. And they used to sell other drugs, even though I used to mainly just sell marijuana. Actually, Squid, I just hide your ass. It's easy and hard to get blocked here at the same time. I mean, you can cool, you can banter a little bit, but, if you're flat out offensive, I just ain't going to even acknowledge you. Matter of fact, chat ain't even going to see it, and I'm just going to send you on your way. I get more hate than anyone else on YouTube. Actually, Lynn, yes, I do. We're allowed to grow a few a year, and I'm near out of what I grew. So I'm trying to think October, November, December, January, February. Well, I've been smoking on what I grew for about 5 months. The 3 plants that were allowed. And I probably got about another week and a half of smoke. So yeah, so about 5.5 months off of 3 plants. Well, actually, I'm not sure about strain. Now, see, used to be, I'm an old weed guy. If you hand me any weed or, any named weed, I can look at it and tell you what its parent was. Now, a lot of what the really good medical that, everyone with different names is Acapulco Gold. Back in the day, it was one of the best strains. And that is one of the now the other one too is Colombian Gold. These are, if you get some bud and you look at it and you see golden hairs, it's one of the two. It's either parent is Colombian Gold or Acapulco Gold. But that is one of the easy ways. Phone's getting a little bit hot. We had a little spin here for a second. Well, actually, Sonia, war is war. Now, once again, people will make moralizations, but we live in a might makes right world. Russia fucked up. Russia fucked up bad. It's going to turn out bad for Russia in the end, one way or the other. But it's what they wanted. It's what they get. You know, like I say, I used to be a gang member on the street, and I have fought gang wars. You can't see it good in this light, but I got a scar going from here over to here from a knife on a 1990s night. Matter of fact, I got a whole bunch of scars on me from once stuff. I guess the one thing I got moved. Well, the thing is, I mean, now, once again, I've mentioned my genetic heritage earlier. I'm English, Scottish, Irish, and Cherokee. Now, the myth of the peaceful Native American is a joke. I mean, the American Indians used to be unbelievably brutally savage. You know, the people called them savages for a reason. I mean, they would skin you alive for entertainment. They took people as slaves. When the Native Americans went to war, their wars were wars of genocide. They would completely wipe out the other tribe and take the women or drive them out completely. You know, as I say, you know, they didn't play at war. They didn't even have what we would consider diplomacy outside the Northeast. Now, the interesting thing is they had a form of democracy in the Iroquois Nation. You know, but if you got outside of the Iroquois Nation in the Northeast, you know, the American Indian was pretty monstrous. Now, my mother, her grandfather, my great-grandfather, he was a Cherokee named Redbird. Now, he was murdered because he would not go on the Trail of Tears, and he was with a white woman, and they murdered the hell out of him. He did not go on the Trail of Tears. He just got killed. And then his wife and her children are my direct ancestors. Well, actually, see, the fun thing is there's really only one Korea. You know, that's where that Matt Laib's account, you know, where it's so funny. There is only one Korea. It's right now split between a North and a South, but in reality, there are only one Korean people. So, you know, that's why I laugh when people, you know, try to make those distinctions, because, you know, there's only one Korean people. Now, an interesting thing that you won't know is that North Korea, when the countries were divided, was richer than South Korea. That's, you know, that is amazing if you think about it. That North Korea did used to be richer than South Korea. And all you did was add communism to the North and market economy to the South. And that completely flipped. But, you know, that is an interesting thing. And that's one reason why you all must remember is communism is a bad thing. It will destroy you. It will destroy your society. Now, the thing is the federal government will do the same thing because all problems are best handled at a local level. Well, good night, guy. Well, that's good. That's nice. It's always good to have friends with drugs. Just saying. course, I'm kind of half joking. But as I mentioned earlier, in real life, all of my close friends are drug dealers. Now, because of that, we don't really overly socialize because since they're drug dealers, they're usually going and selling drugs. And since I just smoke a little marijuana here and there, I'm not the life of the party anymore. Now, what noodles are we speaking of? Are you talking about the noodles we eat? Or are you talking about the proper pronoun noodles, than as the YouTuber? But yes, now I do like to eat noodles, the food, and I do like Noodles the YouTuber because he and I are tight as friends. Well, he changes his name of his channel so much. Hello, Sherry. You never know which noodles you're going to get. Now, I am glad to see that Noodles is finally getting a following and some subscribers. But his mother just passed in the last few days. So, he's not going to be on YouTube much. Kitties are knocking you down, man. Hold on, everyone. You've been slowly knocked. It's funny, ever since the stream, the cats have slowly pushed you downwards because Summer's got her head pushing right against you, and on the other side, there's just like 3 cats all blobbed out. Put it that way. Now, no, I did not have a Game Boy in the 1980s. Now, you see, well, thinking about it, 1980, I would have had nothing. No, yes, I would have had, because that was pre-NES. Now, I had a Super Nintendo. I had a regular Nintendo. When I moved to Kentucky in 96, I got a PlayStation 1. And then I got a PlayStation 2. Then I had some Xbox 360s. And since then, I have given up on consoles. I just live my life. Now, if you subscribe to this channel, you're going to see at some point, because I do like to cross some of my channel's content to give a tease. I have a small wargaming channel. I have a large barn with a large barn loft. I created a wargaming table. This wargaming table is 9 foot by 27 foot. So I have a massive wargaming table to conduct war games on. And that's something that's going to be on the channel pretty soon, because I'm going to start a war game from my wargaming channel, and I'm going to show it on a couple other of my channels, to basically cross my shit. Because I have a comedy channel, I have a storytelling channel, I have a wargaming channel, I have a channel that I talk political commentary and real world shit, and then I have the drama channel. And this is the drama channel. And it is the one with the most subscribers, because there is a failing in the human heart that is more interested in hearing internet bullshit and gossip and hearing people say poo-poo words than serious things that affect your life. Well, Philip Greenwald, I have 3 granddaughters. And guess what? The oldest one is the same age as Playmate Tessie. Yep. She's got long dark hair. And she's absolutely gorgeous. In fact, she's a whole lot better looking than Playmate Tessie. So there. And she goes to university. Also just saying. So take that, Philip Greenwald. Well, all the rest of my family are dead. Now, my daughter was raised by my best friend because after my baby was born, the mother ran off with my best friend. So my best friend raised my daughter. And it was a hard time in my life. And that's when I did a lot of drugs. And and I was a less than sterling human being at the time. You're about to be knocked over by a cat, by the way. But yeah, anybody got any questions? Because I'm going to go here in a little bit. So I'm not going to get into any more topics or go off on any more tangent because it's almost 2 in the morning and there's going to be somebody here bright and early in the morning. So I'm going to at least close my eyes for a few hours before I got to get up for the day because, matter of fact, my money got on my card 43 minutes ago and there'll be a guy here bright and early and he'll take me to the store and I'll load up on cat food and shit. I do not have a dog. I have a cat. Okay. Now, Classic, I do not have the power to unblock anyone in Discord. Now, what I can do is I will send you a friend request. And then once I have the friend request, I should be able to send you a Discord invite. So tomorrow morning when I get up, I will send you a friend request. And after that's accepted, I should be able to send you a Discord invite and we can see if you can get you back in. Well, actually, Matt, I've never been in bed with my mother. I know you're the one that now what you didn't see I hit it, but yes, someone just accused me of sleeping with my mother. And thinking about it, now I was matter of fact, see, I spent my first 6 months of life in the hospital. So thinking about it, I don't think I was ever in my life in bed with my mother. Even as a child. Nope. Well, this is a shit show channel at this point. There's a bunch of evil people that fight me, and I fight them back. I do comedy, and at times I'm a complete asshole. But I'm really good at explaining on why. If you ask me anything, I can generally tell you why it is the way that it is. And you're going to see me if you subscribe. Now, I was getting ready to go here in a minute, but you gave a good question. I do a ton of shit on YouTube. I have several channels, kind of a channel for anyone. This is a drama channel. There are a bunch of people trying to slander me on YouTube, so I am going to lay the smack down on their Rudy Poo candy asses, and I'm going to be funny as fuck as I do it. Now, I live on a farm. I have my own life. I have a ton of fucking cats. In fact, I have way too many cats. In fact, I give away a cat to anyone that will take a cat. Well, take care, Lynn. Now, I am also a mod for Truthfully Trisha, a well-known YouTuber. She has about 50,000 subscribers. I used to be Grace Thorpe's co-host, and I will be doing some co-hosting with her again. I will be co-hosting occasionally, very rarely, with Truthfully Trisha, and you may see me on the YouTube Schizophrenics program. Now, every now and then, I'll pop on Ernie Shell's program in front of 400 or 500, and we'll talk some bullshit. Because Ernie Shell is another YouTuber that lives near where I do. Well, I wish you did too, because I've got some wonderful cats. There's a couple of my boys that really would be great cats. And a couple girls too. Now, I don't let Winter in the house because she doesn't play well with each other, but she is desperately needs her own person. Well, mostly I grow hay. Yes. Now I do got my place set up to where I can if society goes to hell, I can quickly convert this place into having cattle, cattle, chicken, and pigs. My woods, they're set up where I got to build a fence, and I can make that into a hog lot. I already grow hay. I just take off a little area and just run a few cows for milk if I want to at that point. I've got a large pond with about 15,000 fish in it. See, and also I have all the shit to build a chicken coop whenever I want. So when everything goes belly up, I am going to have every type of meat. Just saying. Well, Alex, I mean, if you get a Google mod in your chat, yeah, they will. You know, as long as it's not spam in a chat, I'm not going to ban it, generally. Now, you see, look at Philip Greenwald. He said, "The Watcher, Matt never was my boyfriend. I don't even know him personally. He was YouTuber Playmate Tessie's ex. She physically and sexually abused him. She was a tiny girl." And once again, you hear Philip Greenwald and how he talked about Matt, and that he wanted justice for him, and that little sexy girl abused him. I mean, wouldn't you like to have like a hot 18-year-old girl that would abuse you and make love to you, and because she's really good at it? I mean, Philip has a thing for him. Look at it. I mean, obviously, he wants to impress Matt so he can get into Matt's sausage casing. And Alex, I did tell you that if it was spam, you would get banned. So there you go. Well, if you get spam in several parts of your eardrum, you're going to have to get your ear flushed. Just saying. Now, the thing is I did not get spam in my ear, but I have had to have my ear flushed. And the nurse has to get right up, they take your head like this, and then the nurse has to get like right up against you, to work in your ear. And she's going to like put her boobs right on your back. So, my advice is to just, pretend you put spam in your ear and go in there and you can get some boob all over your back. Just saying. Yes, you can get back boob and your insurance can pay for it. And that's the only life advice I can give you there. Once again, I really needed my ear flushed out. But, I know deep down that if I ever feel I have to have boob on my back, I can always just stick something in there and go to the doctor. Well, thanks, Watcher. You'll get to enjoy the madness and learn the cast of characters. I've not even shown you some of the insane people yet. Well, actually, I didn't never say anything about Playmate Tessie being innocent. I mean, her name is Playmate Tessie. I mean, that is not very innocent. Just saying. You know why he's mad is because he can't get no back boob. Oh, man. Oh, hold on, everyone. See, I'm pretty professional, but now and then I just have to, absolutely, I'm going to lose it. And if I lose it, I'll lose it for 5 or 6 minutes. So it's like, breathe. Breathe. I see someone saying something that, Actually, I've slept with no men ever. I'll show that one. Nope, nope, no, no, I've not. Now, once again, you're gone. Your head. And there you go. Now, you might get to see me with the shaved head sometime soon because summer's coming and I've got really, really bad split ends. And I have been thinking, because I want it to all grow back one length. So, yeah, I have been thinking about just taking it all off because, once again, I want it all to grow back at the same length because my hair looks better that way. So, yeah, I have been thinking about shaving the whole thing. But I think if I decide to do it, I'm going to wait till the weather turns hot. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get off here because, like I say, I've got somebody that's going to be here about 8 in the morning, and it's almost 2 a.m. now. So this way I can get off here, I can lay down and at least close my eyes and catch a nap before I got to get up for my day. Now, see, I'm all ready for it because you don't know it, but this is my blanket. All I got to do is kind of shut the thing off. In fact, this is a purple satin comforter. And I'm going to sleep under it. Just saying. And I got 3 cats behind you that I just got to slide my legs under. And this one I'll slide up here on my chest like this. And she and I will sleep like this. Oh, God, this feels good already. And like I said, this is how me and this cat's going to sleep just here in a minute. If I can get to sleep. Well, good night, everyone. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate meeting new friends. And welcome to the shit show if you decided to subscribe. And everybody, have a good night.